Hey guys, it's Brian at Fraserway RV once again. Doing a quick demonstration on a unit for a customer. They're purchasing it from us from Labrador City, and we're going to deliver it. So they weren't here for the demo, so I'm going to give a quick little run through. It's a Freedom Express 301BH is the model number. We'll start with some instruments right here by the door. So we can tell this one here, it's a power awning. So extend and retract. All right, nice and easy. On rainy days when it's raining hard or blowing very hard, make sure you bring that in. It is a sunshade only. It is not meant for wind and rain. 2 slide outs on this one, and it's very easy. Push it in, push it out. When you hear this sound, that means it's out all the way. That's just the clutch going out in the slide out gears. Switches down below. You have 2 buttons here. The first 2 is for your, this one's for your water pump. So if you're using your fresh water tank, so you don't have city water hooked up, you're going to turn this one on. You hear the pump kick in. Once it pressurizes the system, it will stop, and then every time you turn on a tap, that will kick back in. The next 2 are for your water heater. This is for propane. Turn it on, automatically lights and runs. If for some reason it does blow out the pilot light or it does not light, that little LED will come on to let you know that it's not running. It'll take about 15 to 20 minutes to heat up the tank on propane. If you flick this one on, that's for your electric source. It'll take about 45 minutes to heat that up. That is off the shore power side, so not 12 volt. All right, this one won't work on 12 volt. These 3 are for lights, so your entry light from outside. This is the interior main living lights right down through the middle, and this is for an outside light as well. Up in the corner. All right, we'll see if we can hold this a little steady here. We have your system monitoring panel. So your battery, shows full, black water tank, gray water tank, and gray 2 tank. So the gray water tank 1 is just from the kitchen sink here. The gray water 2 is your sinks and showers that are in the bathroom, okay? Black water tank is obviously from the toilet. Fresh water is that portable water that you're using in the freshwater tank. Around here, microwave is a microwave, same as any residential microwave. It will work only on 120 volt. It's not going to work on 12, all right? Underneath here, this is your stove. All right, so Freedom Express gives you a 3-burner stove. It does have an automatic spark right here. So these are on safety switches. You cannot just turn them on. You have to push it in and turn it. Comes on, give it a flick, and it will automatically light. You then can control the height of your flame by turning this up or down, and it will become a smaller flame. When you go to turn these off, make sure they're off and give it a little turn, just like so, to make sure it's in the locked position. If this gets left on a little bit, propane will come out, it will fall to the floor because it is heavier than air. In this model, there is a propane detector right over here on the floor, okay? Right down here, all right? That is running off the 12-volt battery at all times. If propane is left on, you have a leak, that will go off a high-pitch noise, go out, turn off the tanks, come back in, and double-check these knobs. 90% of the time, one of these got left on. If it is one of those, turn it off, open up your windows, let it air out for about 10 minutes, come back outside, turn your propane tanks back on, let it close up all your windows and doors and let it sit for about 15 or 20 minutes to make sure that your propane detector does not go off again. Once in a while, you will hear that make a single beep every probably 15 to 25 seconds. If you hear that, just one single beep, it is letting you know that your 12-volt battery is going low on the front of the trailer. All right, it's nothing to be alarmed about. You do not have a leak. This one over on this far side is for the oven, all right? So this one does have a pilot light. So it's very dark to see, but way back in the back, right here, all right, that is where your pilot is. When you go to light it, turn it, push in on this button and hold it in, all right? Let it hold it in for about 10 to 15 seconds. Then get down there with your lighter, give it a light. Once it turns to a blue flame, you can let go, turn it on, and the burner that is underneath here will light up. All right. Don't forget, cooking times with propane is faster. So don't think that if it says 8 to 10 minutes on the box that it's going to take 8 to 10 minutes. It will be quicker cooking. In the Freedom Express model, it does give you a hood range. It has a fan and a light that works off 12 volt. Pull-out faucet head, straightforward, pulls out. You do have a button for a sprayer. In the front of the unit, there is a electric-only fireplace. It does produce heat. It runs off a remote that's in the bag. We have this one stored under the bed for the customer. It's a nice ambiance for the nighttime, or if you want to take a little chill off, that'll work as well. Comes with a Furrion radio station, DVD player. It is Bluetooth with inside and outside speakers. TV's a TV, same as our TVs at home. This option does have the spin, so if you take this little pin out here, the unit can spin to the master bedroom. Down in here, all right, this one here is for the antenna on the roof. So this is acquiring the signal that's coming from the antenna. The little red light is a little booster, just to bring in the stations a little bit clearer. So if it's off like that and it's a little snowy, if you push in on that, you will get a better signal. It does also have another outlet on top if you want to run the cable option. So if you have cable hooked up to the outside of the trailer, disconnect this, connect it here, and you'll have your cable stations. Over on this side, you get 2 USB charging locations and another plug. Sofa option does pull out to a bed. It just merely lifts up from the bottom, flips out, gives you the bed option. Dinette I have down for them now. We're going to be delivering this one, so we don't want it sliding around. Back to the back, we have our furnace and air conditioning controls. So it runs right here. It's a Domatic system. There is a mode button which is going to turn it on. And you will notice that right now when I touch it, it shows off. If I push this button, another finger in here, it shows a temperature setting of 73. You can adjust that. You can adjust this by pushing right here, and it will cycle through our different settings. So the first one that comes up is auto. So that will automatically set it to the temperature that you just want it running at. If you push it again, now you see the cool side come up, which is just for the air conditioner. If you push your setting up or down, it will give you the desired temperature you have in the unit. If we hit the mode button again, it will go to the furnace setting. So this will turn on your propane furnace. Kicks in right away. It will automatically light and give you heat. And then push it once again, it's off. You will notice that when you turn it from the furnace setting to the off position, the furnace will continue to run for about 2 minutes. It will cool down the unit so it's not having all those hot heat and air in the chambers of that furnace. It'll blow those off so it's a little safer. Bathroom, you have a foot flush toilet. So if you push down on the pedal, it will give you water. If you push down all the way, it will flush the toilet. It is a good idea to make sure there is always a little bit of water in that bowl, because that will keep the rubber gasket seal in there, lubricate it and moist so it's not going to dry and crack out. Around this side of the sink, right down here, you see a GFI plug. This runs all of the plugs in the unit. So if you try a plug outside or in the kitchen and there's no power to it, come in here first and make sure this isn't tripped to let you know something went wrong. So if it is, hit the reset button and you should have power to your plugs again. Sink's a sink, shower is a shower, straightforward. Around into the bunk room. Pretty straightforward in here, storage, bunk above. Pretty cool rock climbing wall, which is always neat so they can get up there. You do have the bunk on this side, which lifts up, just like that, to give you access to the bottom. If you want to flip that out to a bed, you can. Just around underneath the pantry unit is your converter, alright? This is like the breaker panel of the house. So as you can see, you have 12 volt and 110 fuses. If you're using a lot of lights and items in the trailer, you will hear that hum. It's just an internal fan that's keeping that cool. Alright, everything up in the bedroom is fairly straightforward as well. Storage under the bed in this model. You do have an emergency exit window here on the side. The only thing I will make note, these lights up here, they have a push button to turn them on. So if you turn it once, it's blue. If you turn it off and turn it back on and hold it, you will get a bright white light. Alright. That is pretty much everything for the inside of the trailer. It's fairly straightforward. I will go over the fridge and then we'll go outside and do some items outside. So this fridge unit is a Dometic fridge. Very easy to use. You will notice that you have two buttons. One is for an on and off, and the other is for automatic or propane. So if you are going to run this, you want to turn it on. We have this set on automatic, so it's going to first find electric. If it finds electric, the fridge will run. If electric is not there, it will automatically switch to the propane side, and it will run on propane. If you are running your fridge and power goes out of the campground or your cord comes disconnected, it will automatically switch to the propane. But if power is hooked back up, it will not make the switch back. You have to come in and turn it off and turn it back on to pick up the electric side. If for some reason you do not want to run it on the electric, if you have it, you can hit this button out. It will automatically run on just gas now. Sometimes this is what people want to do when they want to cool the fridge down quicker, is they will run it on the propane side. It will light automatically. It'll go through 3 cycles of trying to lighting. If it does not light, the little check light will come on to let you know it's not lit. If that's the case, turn it off, go out and check, make sure your propane bottles are turned on, and then come back inside and try it again. Sometimes what you will get is a little air pocket in the line, which will prevent that from running. It's a good trick to come in, run your stove, let the burners run for about 10 to 15 seconds. That will draw the propane through the unit and make it easier to light your fridge and furnace. Alright, that is pretty much everything for the inside. We're going to go outside now and do a quick walk around the outside. Alright guys, here we are again, back with our Freedom Express demo. It is a little rainy outside today, so we will make this a little bit quick outside. Fairly easy. We have a power jack on the front. There's 2 switches. One is for the light. One is also for the jack to retract or extend. On the top, if you do need to do this manually, you can take this plug out, use your jack handle and put it in there, and that will crank that up and down. This comes with 2 standard propane bottles on the front, and we also installed a 12-volt deep cycle battery underneath as well. Spare tires mounted under the tongue. This trailer was optioned with the solar package. So if you want to run a solar system, you can plug it right into there and it will charge your batteries. We have in the front 2 switches. These are for the power landing gear. One for each side, 1 switch. It's not 1 switch for both. These are independent jacks. The idea of these is to just take the stabilizers and put them to the ground, not to lift the trailer and level it. All right. As we go to the back, you have your furnace exhaust here. Don't cover that. Don't let the little kids get their fingers on it as well. It is hot. You get a little storage unit there, outside plug. Back to the fridge. All right, there's no need to get in there. That's for ventilation purposes. In the wintertime, not a bad idea to take that cover off, put a piece of plastic behind it, and put it back on so the snow doesn't blow in there. On the back side, we do have 2 more switches for the rear's jacks. And in here, I'm going to pause us.